As Earth's energies realign and elevate, you, as one of the chosen ones, are being called to embark on an unprecedented journey of spiritual transformation. This is a unique moment in human history, where the veil between dimensions is thinning, allowing those who are ready to advance to life in the fifth dimension, a realm of elevated consciousness that transcends the physical reality we know. Think of dimensions as layers of perception and existence. In the fifth dimension, you not only see the world with new eyes, but you become a living channel for divine energies flowing directly from the Creator. With the awakening of Earth, ancient energies that were hidden in the shadows, laden with pain, fear, and illusion, are now emerging to be exposed to the light. These dark, heavy energies are not coming to the surface to be condemned or rejected, but so they can be understood, transmuted, and finally healed. As a chosen one, you are called to see this process as a divine opportunity for liberation, not as an occasion for judgment or falling into the ego's trap. When you judge or point fingers, you inadvertently interrupt the natural flow of healing that Earth and its inhabitants are undergoing. In this era of great changes, you, who have been blessed to live through this moment, are faced with a crucial choice. You can continue clinging to old patterns of thought and behavior that no longer serve your soul's higher purpose, or you can choose to release these old bindings and open yourself to the expansive consciousness of the fifth dimension. This is a call to abandon the known, the comfortable, and take a leap of faith into the unknown, where possibilities are endless and your true divine essence can fully manifest. The divine light now flooding the planet not only reveals the shadows, but also illuminates new paths and opportunities that were previously hidden. As you align with this light, you will notice that old negative energies can no longer find a home within you. The more you connect with inner peace and your true essence, the more clearly you will see the new directions and choices the universe places before you. If you have felt shaken, worn out, or uncertain, understand that these feelings are part of the necessary process of purification and transformation. Feeling these emotions is essential to healing them. It is necessary to go through this internal journey to achieve true spiritual freedom. Some of us, chosen ones, may be facing more intense challenges than others. This happens because your soul, dear chosen one, carries within it a grand promise, an immense potential that is being activated at this stage. The challenges you face are, in fact, tests that strengthen and refine your spirit, preparing you for the greater mission that lies ahead. In this time of transition, the world desperately needs more beings who vibrate at the elevated frequency of the fifth dimension. These beings are the beacons of light that will guide humanity through darkness and confusion. As you learn to align and sustain this vibration, you will discover how to use the energies of the fifth dimension to create, heal, and transform not only yourself, but also those around you. This is your time to rise and fulfill the divine purpose entrusted to you. Follow these sacred guidelines for living in the fifth dimension and experience the blessings and gifts that this new state of being has to offer. 1. Stop living in the past. Letting go of the past and forgiving yourself are essential steps for those who are being called to live in the fifth dimension. The past, with all its hurts, mistakes, and guilt, can be like a loose thread in the fabric of your soul. Pulling it may seem like your entire existence is at risk of unraveling. Living with this constant anguish is a weight that hinders spiritual advancement and elevation. As a chosen one, you are challenged not only to let go of past hurts, but also to develop the psycho-emotional ability to forgive yourself for these mistakes. The pain of an unresolved yesterday, where guilt stubbornly persists, is like a shadow that refuses to disappear. Chopin, the great composer, said it is useless to try to return to what once was and is no more. This is a powerful lesson for you, who are moving towards the fifth dimension, where the focus must be on the present and the creation of the new, not on the constant revisitation of past wounds. Continuing to bring up these painful memories can drive away those who are vibrating in the new energy, as it becomes a drain on the light and peace you should be cultivating. Life in the third dimension was marked by this revisitation of the past, where we shared our battle scars as a form of connection. However, in the fifth dimension, connection is no longer based on our pains, but on the presence, light, and peace we can offer. Living in the fifth dimension is an invitation to be fully present, leaving behind the burdens of the past and embracing healing and forgiveness as new forms of connection with yourself and others. Forgiving yourself is an essential act of self-healing. Since childhood, we are taught to forgive others, to let go of resentment and hurt, understanding that this frees us and allows us to move forward. However, we are rarely taught the importance of forgiving ourselves. When it comes to overcoming a traumatic yesterday, it is crucial to remember that we all have the right to make mistakes, but also the responsibility to heal the wounds left by these mistakes. Making mistakes is part of the human experience, but allowing these mistakes to define you is what hinders your spiritual evolution. In your journey as a chosen one, you must stop feeding self-loathing and internal criticism. Look at past mistakes with a new perspective, placing them in their proper context. Ask yourself, what motivated this decision? What were you facing at that moment? Remember that what happened was the result of who you were at that time, with the knowledge and experiences you had. Now, you are a new person, with the wisdom gained, ready to live in the fifth dimension, where self-healing and forgiveness are keys to ascension. This inner transformation not only elevates your own vibration, but also helps raise the vibration of the earth, which is undergoing a crucial transition. The world needs you, focused on the present, ready to turn each moment into an opportunity to create something new and beautiful. By leaving the past behind and embracing the power of forgiveness, you align with the true essence of the fifth dimension, challenging you to find ways to be more present rather than lamenting the past. Conscious strategies and options will grow. This will be very beneficial for Mother Earth as she goes through this transition. 2. Strengthen your self-discipline. In the old reality of the third dimension, many became accustomed to multitasking, often sacrificing sleep and nutrition. However, in the new energy now surrounding the planet, this lifestyle will no longer be sustainable. Multitasking, which once seemed efficient, now consumes a significant amount of vital energy, and without careful attention to your mind and body, you may end up causing more harm than good. To successfully navigate this new reality, it will be essential to develop and strengthen your self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to stay true to your purposes and values, even in the face of distractions and temptations. In the biblical context, self-discipline is seen as an essential virtue. In Corinthians, the Apostle Paul speaks of the importance of subjecting the body to discipline, comparing spiritual life to a race where only the disciplined achieve victory. He says, "But I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified." In practice, increasing your self-discipline means making conscious decisions about how you spend your time and energy. This may involve learning to say no to commitments and activities that are not aligned with your values and goals, setting healthy boundaries, and ensuring that you have enough time to take care of yourself. It may also mean adopting a self-care routine that includes healthy eating, adequate sleep, and regular physical exercise. For example, instead of trying to do several things at once, Choose to focus on one task at a time, dedicating all your attention to it. This not only improves the quality of what you are doing, but also preserves your energy and reduces stress. Imagine self-discipline as a tree that needs to be watered and cared for daily. Each act of focus and self-care is like nurturing this tree, allowing it to grow strong and bear fruit. If you encounter difficulties in maintaining this discipline, consider seeking support. It may be helpful to join support groups, take yoga classes, meditate, or even consult a therapist or coach who can guide you on this path. Remember that self-discipline is not just about restriction, but about creating a life that truly nourishes your soul and body. In everyday life, this can translate into simple actions, such as setting aside daily time for prayer or meditation, which are spiritual practices that strengthen your connection with the divine and help keep your mind centered. It may also mean establishing a regular schedule for meals and sleep, ensuring that your body receives the necessary nutrition and rest to function optimally. The new energy now present on Earth requires us to be more attentive and careful with our bodies. This is the time to reconnect with your true essence, and self-discipline is the key that will open the doors to a fuller and more balanced life. By strengthening this virtue, you will be taking care of yourself and ready to face the challenges and opportunities of this new time. 3. Love unconditionally. In the third dimension, love was often seen through distorted lenses, treated as an achievement or a trophy, something that needed to be obtained or maintained at any cost. This limited view of love created the false idea that we need to fight for it, or that it can be lost if we are not worthy. These thoughts, rooted in fear and insecurity, led many to stray from the true essence of love. As a chosen one, you are being called to transcend these illusions and understand love in its purest and most unconditional form. Living in the fifth dimension is an invitation to fully trust in love, understanding that it is not something that must be conquered or retained, but a constant, infinite energy present in everything. As a chosen one, you are destined to be a channel for this energy, allowing love to flow through you without conditions or expectations. Learning to trust in love is fundamental to fulfilling your mission in this new dimension. This trust requires you to open yourself completely to love in all its forms and spread it wherever you go. Loving unconditionally as a chosen one means abandoning the need to control or manipulate situations to ensure love. It is a total surrender to the power of love, which, when truly allowed, transforms not only your relationships, but also the reality around you. Jesus, when teaching about love, said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." For a chosen one, this unconditional love begins with self-care and self-love. Without it, it is impossible to share genuine love with others. As a chosen one, you must reflect on how you have treated yourself and how you have treated those around you. The love you nurture for yourself creates the foundation for all other forms of love you manifest. This means practicing compassion for yourself, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, and offering yourself the same kindness you wish for others. Within your home and in your community, your mission as a chosen one is to radiate this unconditional love. This can manifest in small actions, such as listening attentively, without trying to fix or judge the other person. It is about being truly present for people, offering support without expectations, recognizing that each person has their own path and time to grow. In the fifth dimension, trusting in love also means trusting in the divine plan at work in your life and in the lives of those who cross your path. As a chosen one, you understand that love is the force that moves all creation, and that when you act from a place of unconditional love, you are fulfilling your higher purpose and contributing to the elevation of the earth. This trust in love requires you to let go of fear, which is the greatest obstacle to unconditional love. Fear makes you believe that you need to protect yourself, that love can hurt or disappoint. But as a chosen one, in the fifth dimension, you learn that true love can never be lost, as it is an inexhaustible source that multiplies the more you share it. Therefore, start now to cultivate this unconditional love in your heart, knowing that this is your mission as a chosen one. Let it guide all your actions, words, and thoughts. By doing so, you will not only be raising your own vibration, but also fulfilling your role as a chosen one, helping to create a world where love is the foundation of all relationships and interactions. This is the true essence of living in the fifth dimension, fully trusting in the transformative power of love and allowing it to flow freely through you in all areas of your life. 4. Stop hiding. In the three-dimensional energy, it was common to set aside your dreams and desires, waiting for an ideal moment that often never came. You could hide behind responsibilities, fears, or conveniences, believing that the right time would come someday. However, this approach will not work in the new energy of the fifth dimension. Now it is essential that you stop hiding and start pursuing what your soul truly longs for. This does not mean that you need to quit your job or make radical changes in your life all at once. Sometimes, small actions can make a huge difference. This change also applies to relationships. If you have been hiding your feelings, burying your deepest desires, know that this dynamic will no longer be sustainable in the new energy. In the old energy, it was possible to maintain a relationship based on omissions or unexpressed needs. But in the fifth dimension, this approach no longer has a place. The new energy demands authenticity and transparency. As a chosen one, you are called to step forward, express your needs, and be willing to listen and consider the needs of others. Hiding, whether from your own dreams or in your relationships, is a way of denying yourself the fullness of the life that the fifth dimension offers. If there is a deep desire in your heart, something you have always wanted to accomplish, now is the time to start taking the first steps. It may be something small, like dedicating more time to an old passion, or simply speaking openly about what you really want for your life. Every action you take towards your dreams, no matter how small, is an act of freeing yourself from the limitations of the old energy. In relationships, it is vital that you stop burying your feelings and start communicating your needs clearly and honestly. The fifth dimension does not support relationships based on silence or unrecognized sacrifices. If you are hiding what you truly feel or need, this will create a misalignment that will be difficult to maintain. As a chosen one, you are called to be courageous, to express your truths, and to create connections based on authenticity and reciprocity. Embracing this new way of being may seem challenging, especially if you have spent years or even decades hiding or postponing your true desires. However, know that every step you take towards your truth is a step towards full realization and the fulfillment of your purpose as a chosen one. The new energy of the fifth dimension requires you to live according to your true essence, letting go of any resistance you have to showing yourself and pursuing what really matters to you. 5. Pay attention. In the old energy, many of us went through the days on autopilot without paying much attention to what was happening around us. For example, you could be in the supermarket, paying for your groceries while talking on the phone, without really being present at the moment. This inattentive way of living will no longer work in the new energy of the fifth dimension. Now, paying full attention is essential to make the most of the opportunities and guidance that this new energy brings. The fifth dimension offers a deeper connection with the higher realms, where guidance and spiritual messages manifest in subtle but powerful ways. Coincidences that previously might have seemed insignificant now reveal themselves as clear signs, directing you on your journey as a chosen one. For example, you might be thinking about an important issue, and soon after, someone mentions exactly what you needed to hear. Or maybe you repeatedly see a specific number, like 1111, which is known to be a sign of spiritual alignment. These are moments when the universe is trying to communicate something important. And if you are not paying attention, these messages will go unnoticed. Being attentive also means being aware of what is happening around you in everyday situations. For example, if you are talking to someone, observe not only the words, but also the body language, tone of voice, and unspoken emotions. Perhaps the person is saying they are fine, but you notice a tremor in their voice, or a look of sadness in their eyes. This is a sign that something deeper is happening, and paying attention to these details can make all the difference in how you respond and support this person. In traffic, instead of being distracted by your phone, pay attention to what is happening on the road. Perhaps you notice a car that seems to be in danger, and your mindfulness allows you to react in time to avoid an accident. Or while walking down the street, you might notice a scent that evokes an important memory, or hear music that seems to answer a question you were reflecting on. These experiences are ways in which the fifth dimension communicates with you, and mindfulness is the key to capturing them. When you fully concentrate on your tasks, whether at work or at home, you not only improve the quality of what you are doing, but also create space for insights and intuitions to arise. For example, while preparing a meal, paying attention to the aromas, textures, and flavors can not only enrich your experience, but also give you a moment of active meditation, where answers to personal questions may arise unexpectedly. Living in the fifth dimension requires a level of presence and attention that goes beyond the superficial. This means being fully immersed in each moment, noticing the nuances, capturing subtle messages, and allowing these experiences to guide your actions and decisions. By practicing this mindfulness, you align with the energy of the fifth dimension, where every detail of your day can be a source of spiritual guidance, helping you fulfill your purpose as a chosen one in a more conscious and intentional way. 6. Practice detachment. In the fifth dimension, detachment becomes an essential practice for living in harmony with the new energy that is emerging. In this new reality, the need for control and possessiveness, so prevalent in the third dimension, begins to lose its strength. What was once seen as essential, keeping a firm grip on all areas of life, ensuring that everything happened exactly as planned, is now understood as a barrier to true spiritual growth and the flow of universal energy. Detachment does not mean that you should abandon everything you love or renounce your desires and goals. Instead, it is about releasing attachment to rigid expectations and specific outcomes. It is a deep recognition that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, has a greater plan for you. A plan that is often beyond your immediate understanding. When you practice detachment, you create space for energy to flow freely in your life, allowing what is truly meant for you to arrive without resistance. Detachment also applies to relationships. Often we cling to people and dynamics out of fear of losing what we know, even when these connections no longer serve our spiritual growth. In the fifth dimension, you are encouraged to allow people to follow their own paths, trusting that the connections that are truly meaningful will remain and flourish, while those that are no longer needed will naturally drift away, making room for new experiences and learnings. In a spiritual context, detachment is one of the keys to freedom. When you free yourself from the need to control every aspect of your life, you open yourself to the true essence of the fifth dimension, co-creation with the universe. It is here that you begin to realize that by letting go of attachment, you actually gain more peace, more alignment, more clarity. You start to live in harmony with the flow of life, where what is meant for you comes naturally and fluidly, and what no longer serves your growth is gently moved away. Therefore, my friends, as you align with the fifth dimension, imagine yourself as a navigator in a vast ocean. If you are distracted, looking only at the deck and ignoring the signs of the stars in the sky, you may lose the direction that would lead you to your true destination. In the fifth dimension, every sign, every current, and every breeze is a subtle guidance from the universe. If you remain attentive and receptive, you will allow these signs to guide your journey to deeper and more serene waters, taking you exactly where your soul needs to be.